Show me your best bow and arrow choke. Go. All right. Let me see you go for a bow and arrow choke. Go.
Still breathe. You don't know what you're doing, do you?
No.
Today I'm going to teach you guys how to do a bow and arrow choke for no gi. Now the first thing I'm going to do is secure a seatbelt grip, just like so. Now, once I get the seatbelt grip, what is my opponent normally going to do?
Start defending.
Exactly. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to secure an arm, just like so, and you're going to start pulling it across their center line. Now, once you bring their arm across their center line, you're going to start falling down to the opposite side as you hook their leg, and now you can throw your leg that's behind them over their shoulder as you take this leg and you try to throw it over this arm and you cross your feet. Now what you're going to do with this arm is you're going to pull it just like so until he taps. Now that's one variation of a bow and arrow choke for no gi. Now the second one is going to start off exactly the same. You're going to start off with your seatbelt grip. Once he starts defending, you're going to secure an arm, drag it across their center line as you start falling and hooking the leg. Now, the only difference is you're going to take your outside leg, you're going to bring it inside your arm, you're going to put your knee or your shin on the side of their head or neck, just like so, as you pull their arm and you wait until you get the tap. When you're going for your bow and arrow choke in no gi, once you secure your seatbelt, I want you to grab his arm with the arm that's reaching over his shoulder, just like so. This is going to allow you to pull this arm across, and that's going to start blocking off this carotid artery. And then once you start hooking this leg and falling, you can start taking his forearm and bringing it into the other side. Now, let's say you have a bigger opponent. I want you to use your legs just like so to create pressure. Now, again, I want you to have your leg that's behind his back on top because that's going to allow you to create more pressure. And then you can start pulling and squeezing all at the same time and secure your bow and arrow choke. Second variation, what I want you to do is you're going to start off the same exact way. Once he starts defending, you're going to grab his arm with the hand that's over his shoulder as you start pulling it across his center line. That's going to, again, make his shoulder go into his carotid artery. Then you're going to start falling down, hooking his leg as you bring his forearm into his neck. Now what I want you to do is I'm going to have you flare your elbow out so that can make room for your knee or your shin to go into his shoulder or into the side of his head. And that's going to allow you to add more pressure into his carotid arteries. And then you can start pulling and pushing at the same time and wait for the tap.